we have a lot in control about how the game functions. As you guys know, Geode has become really popular lately, and it makes the game a lot more fun to play, and many things are a lot more convenient. So as a result, I wanted today dedicate this whole video about things that I personally would love to have in the game, whether RobTop is gonna add them in the official game or a bunch of like developers are gonna watch this video and make a mod on Geode about these small suggestions that I have. And a lot of them are, I think, really important to have officially in the game. But as now we have a lot of developers working on a bunch of mods, I thought, why not just, talk about it here on the video. So the very first thing is someone should make a small and simple mod that basically hides all of the triggers while playtesting. This may seem a little bit unnecessary, but for example, this part, it's a lot of mess with triggers. You can see lines everywhere. I can't even see my own icon. And yeah, you can see that it's a lot messier, and if you go on here, it's gonna look very beautiful if the game doesn't crash. Yep, you can see it looks absolutely phenomenal. However, in the editor while playtesting, it's absolutely like playtesting in the editor is just useless. Just don't do it when you have a level like that with a lot of triggers on top. So just a simple mod that once you click here, it basically hides all of the triggers, all of these lines, and maybe the grid also, to basically have like as close of an experience as the one that you have in normal mode. And once you like stop playtesting, you could show the triggers again. Yeah, this is a mod that I think is very useful for platformer levels, especially because you have a lot of touch triggers. And yeah, that's it for the first mod, or the first feature, I'm gonna call it. And the second one is actually a little bit harder, but I think it's really cool to have. And it's to basically be able to change the level code in the game. So in case you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, I'm gonna show you that real quick. Level code jump scare. So what you see on the screen right now is how the level actually looks like in code format. And yeah, this is very helpful. You may not understand what the heck is going on here, but if we can basically have, okay, let me just firstly explain what this is to the people that don't really know. So this is basically every single object and every single setting about the level that you have in here. So this one is entrance to hell, and this is how the code looks like for it. And there is actually a pretty simple way to read this whole thing. And it's that at the beginning you can see a lot of mess, and this is basically like the setting, for example, what background the level starts with, the ground, the colors, and all of that stuff in here. And then you'll get to the more readable stuff, which is, yeah, I know it's not readable, but we can just search for a semicolon, and then we can see that in here, for example, between these two, this is one single object in the editor. So the object ID is number 1. So this is how this is presented. It's like the variable, and then the value, and then the variable, and then the value. So the first variable is called 1, which is the same as the object ID. So which block is being used here? Number 2 is the object's X position. So it's on position 1000 something. And 3 is the Y position. It's this. And then 135 is something else. But you can see that on this website, which was made, I think, by... Okay, I don't really know who made this exactly, but it's on wileymaster.github.io, and it basically shows you what these things mean. So for example, object ID is number 1. This is like the key. X position is 2, Y position is 3, and so on. So if you want to search for the one that we just had, which is 135, we can scroll down and we can see that it doesn't exist because this is still 2.1. But this has a lot of things. For example, the target color ID. So for example, in a color trigger, there is always a target color ID, which can be accessed through here. So the mod would be to have a way to interact with this code in the game. So maybe you can like click here somewhere a button, and then you can see the code and you can change it, and then you could change in the level. Like I have a way to do this, like changing the level code, but it's gonna take a lot of time. And why is this useful? Well, because certain things just don't exist in the game, in the editor. For example, if you wanna search for all of the triggers that have the target group ID of 100, you can't really do that, and with the level code you can do that. And level code just enables so much stuff you can do. It's like a lot of freedom unlocked. So yeah, editing level in here, level code edit, and then save would be very, very cool. And another thing while we're at it is to basically remove the hard-coded limits of the game. This is probably something that is only going to work client-sided. So for example, if I have a zoom until 0.5 and then I want to zoom a little bit more to 0.06 and you play it, and then the game crashes because I don't really know. But yeah, you can see that it's gonna zoom to 0.4 and then nothing is gonna happen, because even though this is 0.06, it's a hard-coded limit. So basically get rid of all these limits, and I know it's only gonna work for the people with Geode, for the people with, you know, access to that mod, but it would be just a cool thing to have inside the game. And also another thing that maybe can be added to Better Edit. Better Edit can have like most of these things that I talked about regarding the editor, and one of them would be, for example, this is I don't think this is that hard to add, to be honest. And also I don't want to, like, you know, say things like, oh my god, the game keeps crashing, bro, this is insane. I was saying I don't want to say things, for example, like fix the sloping system for the auto build, because it's going to be super duper hard. And also this video is more aimed towards the developers of Geode and the people that make mods, and not to Roptop, because there is a lot of things that Roptop is working on right now, including getting GD on Amazon 2.2 and also working a lot on the spin-off games for Google. And he also has to fix a lot of server-sided stuff. There is a lot of stuff that Rubroop has to do as of right now before we get like any big updates. So yeah, this is just regarding the developers of the cool mods. So the thing that I was talking about is that, let's say you have a bunch of blocks in here. We need a button somewhere to edit properties of this block. So for example, you see how this one can edit the Z order and stuff like that. We need a button that basically allows you to change the position of it. So you can like type the position in here, for example 1000 and something, and then it could move there. Or you can type things that you normally would not be able to type in here. This can be really, really useful if you want to have, for example, precise positioning or something similar. And another thing that would be cool is to change, or to have the ability to change all of these things in here. For example, I can select all of these blocks that I just had, and I can change the object ID to a different one. And then it could basically display what each the object ID of each block is. So I can basically select all of these and then replace them with a block like this one, and then it could basically get rid of these and place these ones instead. This is very, very useful, because sometimes, for example, you have glow objects like that, and then you want to like place bigger ones with low opacity on them, and then you would have to like do this and then that and then precisely do that, which isn't that cool. Because if you have the ability, you can just copy them, change the object ID, and then scale them like that, and then boom, you have a very cool looking thing. And this can be used for a lot of things. So yeah, just a small button that basically allows you to change all of the properties of that object. Just basically like a game engine where you have the position, everything like 100% accurate and stuff like that. This could be really, really useful for me, and I'm pretty sure to a lot of creators as well. Also, can we please have a mod that changes this to attempts? Because Roptop just doesn't seem to recognize that this is an issue. And I think this is a big problem, but this is not to somebody to fix. This is probably towards Roptop. And it's that sometimes the attempts get messed up. Sometimes if you compare, there's something wrong. I don't know what it is, but I think it's because these things are set up like that, where the time is in here. So maybe Roptop also not only mistyped the string, but also something in the code. I don't know why. There's something in it that just doesn't work. I honestly have no idea what it is. But yeah, if Rubroop, you are watching this, just go check your code and see what the heck is going on there. Also, oh yeah, this is something something that why don't we have this? Like, come on, this is something that we should definitely have. You know how in the shaders, for example, if I add a bold shader and then I enable the shaders preview, come on, click it, and then you can see how you can change the slider and then this whole pop-up gets removed, or the opacity. Oh, yo, this looks cool. You can like slider limit. That's pretty cool. Yeah, how this like whole pop-up goes away. Why don't we have this for the particle system? So you can see exactly what the heck is going on if you want to have like the perfect scale. I know you can see it in here, but if you have like a level, it would be cooler to see how that particle reacts or how it looks in the level in real time while you are changing these values. I don't think this is, I think even a developer of one mod can like add this quickly, where this whole, oh, actually, wait, hold on. I might actually just do that right now myself. Give me a second. All right, I made a big mod. You guys have no idea. This mod is the best mod ever. This was a mod speedrun even. I don't think the value even changes, to be honest, until you click OK. Okay, wow, what the heck is wrong? Yo, that's actually not that bad. I got rid, yeah, it doesn't change in real time. You actually have to click OK. Okay, that's lame. But yeah, you can see how cool it would look. Also, this like black panel could also be removed. You can see how useful it would be. For example, you can like scroll and put it right there. Yeah, exactly in the free spot. And then you can change the value to have it correctly displayed. Okay, now let me see the bulge. How does that look like? Okay, well, yeah, I think that this thing of hiding the interface or whatever you want to call it is a very good idea for a lot of triggers. Okay, now the game looks absolutely terrible. What have I done? And also just a small mod that basically brings this reset camera over to here, because reset camera, like if you're making a platformer level and you want to place a start position, you want to always have reset camera enabled. So yeah, placing a start position then going here is kind of annoying because I keep forgetting it for some reason. So having it in here or enabled by default would also be very cool. Also, there's this small issue where if you're editing and then you go to preview mode, so this is now preview mode, and then you click on escape, everything becomes black and white or something. I don't really know, and then you have to like enable and disable it again. This is a weird bug. I don't know if they are able to fix it, but that would be very cool to have. Also another small thing in the editor would be to have the, you know, the, okay, let me just show you how the gravity, for example, if you add touch trigger, there's this box. However, in the teleport, if you go touch trigger, it doesn't show a box. Why? Bro, there are so many like really broken things in GD. Yeah, fixing that would be also kind of like a cool little thing to have in the game. And I think this is all that I have out of my mind, really. So yeah, if you are a developer of a mod watching this, you already know what to do. And yeah, another thing is if you wanna suggest things that you would like to have, you can join my Discord server and add it in suggest or something. And then I can like make a video for all of them. And yeah, also join my Discord server just for no reason. I will, yeah, I think that's it for this video. Let me know what you think about those type of cool little things that I would like to have in GD. I mean, we should really have all of them by default, but yeah. Either way, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to slap that like button and I will see you guys in the next